feel it, Harry? It's our big chance, man.
Well, then who's playing first?
Yeah.
I mean, the fellow's name on first base.
Who?
The horrifying guy.
Oh, jeez. No, Kelly Clarkson! You mean shenanigans? No.
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
I just don't get why you're saying it that way.
Why I'm saying what way?
Answer me! I'm a man.
Well, nobody's perfect.
Hey, and we're live, ladies and gents. Well, actually, we're not live. This is being pre-recorded. I'm showing it later. I'm so used to saying we're live, so I'm just going to keep saying it. This is the 26th edition of the Countdown, where me, JPO, Jordan Pierce Owens, is joined by a friend, another movie lover, as we do a top 10 involving something in the world of usually cinema, but we do sometimes delve into TV. We do other things, too. This show has limitless potential. I just realized. But today, I'm joined by someone who you've seen on the show before, Jacob Barber. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, you can literally count down anything as long as there is 10 of that specific thing to count down.
Yeah, it literally just dawned on me. I'm like, we should do more. We should do some wrestling. We should do some food. We should do some restaurants.
Top 10 places to get chicken tenders.
I could do that. Just shout out to Raising Cane's and Red Lobster. I think you might make the list. Denny's? No.
Not even an honorable mention.
No. If we did
honorable mention,
bottom 10, maybe. Now, Denny's, listen, I could go for your breakfast. I do like your ham. I do like your eggs and bacon. Actually, I think it's kind of mediocre, but it's very doable.
Decent pancakes.
Yeah, pancakes, fine. They're fluffy French toast. Anywho, welcome to Denny's review with JPO and Jacob. So, Jacob, this week it was kind of your idea here. I know you love animation, which is probably where a lot of this list is going to come from to a degree. Why voice performances?
Because you put me on the spot. I'm going to be honest. You put me on the spot, and this was the first thing I came up with. And I was like, oh, actually.
You said it like I said, okay, 10, 9, 8. You literally could have got back to me like a day later, and I would have been fine.
Well, yeah, but I'm not that kind of guy. And the first topic I had, you shot down.
That is not true. I just wrote back, really? Never said no.
Okay, so maybe in the future we will do a top 10 live-action movies that need an animated remake.
I'll figure out a list.
Only
thing that came to my mind, by the way, spoilers if we do sometime randomly do that. Tiny.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob. We got top 10 voice performances here. If you got some honorable mentions, throw them out there, and then you're number 10 whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I do have some honorable mentions. I got 5 of them, in fact, from 15 to 11, because I put my honorable mentions in order as well. I have Levi Stubbs as Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, just I think his voice is iconic in that movie. Jack Black as Poe in the Kung Fu Panda franchise.
Skadoosh.
We didn't really have a specific movie that came to mind. I think they're all 3 really good. Mike Myers as Shrek. Again, didn't have a specific movie in mind. If I had to, I'd probably go that first one. Idris Elba as Shere Khan in the Jungle Book remake is really good. I think he gives a great voice performance. Also, shout out to Bill Murray and Christopher Walken. Almost made the honorable mentions as well. And then my number 11 is Shameik Moore, Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movies.
I didn't think about Shameik.
And then at number 10, I have Steve Carell as Gru in the Despicable Me / Minions franchise. I think, he's obviously a big name, got that name recognition, but he does more than just provide a voice. Like he changes his voice, and it's just a lot of fun. I like, hearing. I think. As the voice progresses, like as the character grows, like so does the voicing. I not really much to say. I just think it's a really fun voice performance. I like the way he changes his voice and doesn't just if his name wasn't on the poster, like would you know it was him?
You could sense a little bit, like you said. If you didn't know, yeah, maybe not.
So yeah, I just think the way he transforms his voice. Again, not really I'm going on the franchise, but yeah, if I had to pick one, I'd go that first one. I think it's the best movie in the series, and yeah.
Yeah, also just small shout out to I think Jason Segel as the villain's a lot of fun. As well as is it Trey or Matt for the third one? Trey, I think, right?
Trey, yeah.
Yeah, so fun villains, good kids too. All around good on that one. My number 10, we're going to one. I'm a sucker for a good animation movie that has no singing, and I was happy to see there was none in this Disney one. David Spade as Cusco in Emperor's A New Groove. This is one I kind of fell in love with pretty quickly here. I'm also just a David Spade fan.
Hey, Croc, can you top me off, pal?
Didn't have it muted. I was mentioning his film Lost and Found earlier here, so I think he's kind of perfect in this here, as the very self-absorbed, cocky Cusco kind of learns, to adapt later on, along with the help of John Goodman, who's great. And I even thought about nominating Patrick Warburton. He might even potentially steal the show. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I know you kind of said spoilers that you might have groups later on. So if we were doing groupings, yeah, I think David Spade and Patrick Warburton both deserve to get a shout out here. But yeah, I don't know. I just had a lot of fun with this here. Good tale, funny tale. Cusco, David Spade. What do you got at number 9?
Number 9, we're sticking with Disney. We're going to the Renaissance. I'm gonna go with I believe his now I gotta fact check myself because I hate not knowing if I'm right or not. Yeah, okay, I got the last name right. It's Tony Jay as Judge Frollo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I think he is an underrated villain, and I think it all starts with the voice performance. Like he's haunting, he's creepy, he's dark, and yeah, he brings a lot to this performance, and he does sing, and he has a great villain song. So yeah, I recently, not recently, it's been a few months now, did a draft on Dylan Randazzo's channel about Disney voice performances, and I had to make sure that I got him because I think, yeah, not only is he one of the best Disney villains, like he's absolutely underrated too. Like people don't talk about him as they do like a Scar or a Ursula or a Jafar. Like he's one of the best villains as well. And yeah, it all starts with his voice performance.
Oh, very nice. That's the one I haven't seen in a long time. So good to see it being shouted out here. For me, for my number 9, we were talking about it off air. Seth MacFarlane as Ted from Ted. This is not actually the maybe the last time we'll talk even an R-rated movie on my list, because it definitely count. Had a lot of fun with this here. He's just an unapologetic stoner bear who loves Flash Gordon and ends up with Tammy Lynn. Doesn't want the job. I love how he's forced into the job at the grocery store. He says the worst things to the guy, and you're hired. And it's a fun movie. It's a very easily rewatchable movie too. It's something I've definitely thrown on just kind of have fun, or maybe like the last thing I watch before I go to bed kind of thing. Had a sequel, might even have a prequel series. I believe is maybe still coming. So yeah, lovely Ted. And still literally even like 6 months ago, I swear I like eBayed like how much a Ted Bear would cost, and was this close to doing it. I just want one in my room, but I also don't want my niece to be like, this is sweet, and to like press the buttons and hear bad things from Ted.
You need a thunder buddy.
Yeah, but goose, I know. So I got Ted. What do you got at what are we at? Number 8 now.
Number 8, yeah. I'm sticking with Disney. This shouldn't be a surprise to you. You know about my love for animation. Sticking with Disney, sticking with the 90s. We're going with Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. Just such a sweet voice. She's got that grandmotherly voice, even though she's a mom, she just feels like if I was a teacup, I would want Mrs. Potts to be my mom or my grandma. She's just got such a sweet voice, and just the way she speaks to everyone. It's great. Her song again, the Beauty and the Beast, the main song as they're dancing. Beautiful song, one of the best Disney songs of all time. It's funny that we're talking about like animated kid kids movies now, and Afro-Man is playing in the background.
Oh, I 100% did that on purpose.
Only on the countdown. So yeah, I mean, there were a number of performances from this movie alone that I could have chosen, but I ultimately went with Angela Lansbury because I think she's just the most iconic.
Well, I guess I can agree and disagree with you all at once because guess what my number 8 is? Same movie, but I had to go with the main girl. I went with Paige O'Hara as Belle.
That's right. That's fair.
No, and Lansbury is great too here. I think several of the appliances are fantastic. But I don't know, man. I go with, I think she's the heart. You know, she's the introduction of the story here. You buy the world that she lives in, based on kind of her first song and everything, relationship with the dad, and then even the relationship with the beast here. I think, she's the one that popped in my mind when I was going through what could potentially make the list. So both of us with Beauty and the Beast at number 8, showing respect to a couple different characters. So what do you got at number 7?
I almost also shouted out Ewan McGregor from the remake, but that would have been like an honorable mention to the honorable mentions, though.
Honorable.
Number 7, sticking with that Disney Renaissance because they were just so good. I'm going to Jodie Benson as Ariel from Little Mermaid. Again, she provides that. I think it's almost a teenage-like quality. It's just no LE.
Damn it! I'm spelling all these things wrong.
I know, and I know how much you like to be right and you like to be perfect. So that's why I'm just here to help you out.
It's 2 L's though?
No, it's just 1 L. I said no L. It's okay.
No LE. I heard that there was no. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. It's just fine. The good thing we're not live. But
I'm not editing a damn thing though.
No, The Little Mermaid. The movie that kicked off the Renaissance, saved Disney, anchored by I think this voice performance. Also Pat Carroll, who does a phenomenal job as Ursula. But yeah, I think between the speaking and the singing, I think Ariel, and then obviously she doesn't do much in the second half, but yeah, she just is great. She's got such a lovely singing voice also. So, Jodie Benson at number 7.
All right, continuing the classic train of things that you should absolutely make sure your little one should see. Number 7, Brad Dourif as Chucky, the killer doll in Child's Play. Still being used to this day here. Recently he got his own TV show, which I was a little skeptical on because I was like, Chucky should really just be contained to a fun hour and a half, but they made it work. 2 seasons in, a little bit some contrived stuff, but mostly fun to have kind of a weekly Chucky visit. But still, you go back to the original performance here by people forget Academy Award nominee Brad Dourif as the main character. You do see him as Charles Lee Ray at the beginning of the movie here, who slowly gets sucked into this doll here. And it's a fun little reveal finally when you do see that the doll is in fact alive. And like I said, he's kept it up throughout all these years. And there's even backlash when they kind of went a different rebooted way with Mark Hamill, simply because people love Mark Hamill, but people just love Brad Dourif as Chucky. And it dates all the way back to the original here. Definitely as a kid grew up, if you had handed me a redheaded doll, I would have flirted a little bit. So I had to have Brad Dourif on my list coming in at number 7. What you got at number 60?
It's funny that you mentioned Mark Hamill because I'm and this is where I told you I kind of cheated. So my number 6 is a duo. It's Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as Batman and the Joker. I think the two of them just have such good chemistry. I know they're not on screen together, but the two of them they just if I had to choose a Batman Joker combination and it had to be contained within a movie, it would be these two. I know maybe you can choose Heath Ledger as a better Joker and Ben Affleck as a better Batman, but I think when you go with the combination, I think these two nail it and they just do so good. I know the movie, and I'm pretty sure in the series, Kevin Conroy, rest in peace, is just an iconic Batman, and people are claiming that he's their Batman, and for good reason. Mark Hamill, I believe, his Joker was just so good that Tommy Lee Jones decided to emulate him instead of doing a Two-Face in Batman Forever. It was more, hey, let me be Joker 2.0 because Mark Hamill nailed it. So yeah, I mean, I know we're doing movies, so I had to pick the movie, but yeah, go back to the animated series as well. Like, kills it.
Yeah,
Not really, because Batman doesn't kill.
Well, if you watch that first movie with Keaton, he kills.
Yeah.
like I didn't even really necessarily put together too that like I probably did. I just forgot that like he pretty much like he doesn't like Joker doesn't slip. I'm pretty sure he just lets go of Joker in that movie. Like nah.
Never mind.
But no, yeah.
Hold on.
My only problem with this pick is I don't have this pick, so just something I didn't really think of here because yeah, much love to these two. Mark Hamill I think has respectfully I think retired because of Kevin Conroy as the voice. You know what I mean? Out of respect, but yeah, legitimately, I've said before, man. If I'm reading like a comic book or something, or I'm closing my eyes, or I'm reading a comic book, I'm hearing Kevin Conroy. You know what I mean? Like I much love to, Bale and even Pattinson, yada yada, but like. And Affleck, of course, Affleck. But if I'm just like kind of just picturing what Batman, I'm picturing Kevin Conroy as Batman, and Hamill's fantastic as well too. People always say we've had a couple great Jokers. I'm like we've had a few great Jokers because let's definitely include Mark Hamill. The TV show is fantastic. That movie is really great as well. So good pick. Coming in at my number 6 here. We'll just make a wish. Robin Williams is Genie. Just so lovable here. There's even some great, I'm sure you and maybe a lot of people have seen the backstage clips of, Robin doing the voice and how they actually had to work the animation around him because, they can't totally predict what he's going to say or do. So much love and energy here. It's one of the reasons this movie absolutely works. Because there's a couple things you could question, but like you're having so much fun with both this animation. I do kind of miss this and love this 90s animation too as well. Like looking at Batman, I love how they look personally. And I just think Robin Williams brings in such life and in true Robin Williams fashion too. Like I really do love the last scene where, he's so surprised that Aladdin's willing to, give up that wish to let him go, and I think he's great even in that little moment as well. So Robin Williams, also great in Fern Gully, but I went with the Genie here in Aladdin.
Yeah, Robin Williams is bad. He could be an honorable mention to the honorable mentions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially the baddie rap. We don't get a Genie rap. We should have got a Genie rap. I guess I saved that for Will Smith. Number 5. Again, gotta cheat a little bit. I'm sorry, I don't do things by the book all the time. But it's probably Pixar's most iconic duo. It's Tom Hanks and Tim Allen as Woody and Buzz. I think they just bring so much life to these characters. People were upset when Tim Allen didn't come back to do the voice of Buzz in Lightyear because like he is Buzz. Like they are these characters. What more can I say that hasn't been said about their voice performance? Like I think they're just incredible. Like it's voice performances like this. Like they don't seem like they're doing much out of the ordinary, but like they're able to just get that emotion across, and they're funny. And I think voice performances need to be recognized more at these award shows, and they need to be included. And dang it, I will not rest until it happens. Except for maybe tonight after this, because I'm just really tired.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Tomorrow.
I don't know. I kind of get up. I have to get up a little early tomorrow too. So I don't know if that's it's definitely near the next. I'm gonna drive down for next month.
Maybe Sunday.
There you go.
I will write an opinionated letter.
Yeah, man. Obviously, much love to this here. Once you said iconic duo, I started typing Tom Hanks. And Tim Allen. I knew what you meant, so I got to go with that as well. If I cheated, I could also maybe do the same thing here for my number 5 here, because shout out to even maybe not necessarily the two biggest characters in the movie, but like the character that's stolen and got her own spinoff. I had to go with Dory in Finding Nemo. Ellen DeGeneres here, kind of the show stealer, and just that forgetful fish. And you do get more of the backstory, more heartfelt backstory in Finding Dory, but I think Finding Nemo is just a better film and kind of where it started and where she stole the scenes from. So again, big love to Albert Brooks. I think he's fantastic as the dad. Weeds is Alexander Gould, Willem Dafoe. You got a lot of like funny voices here, but yeah, again, if I had to narrow it down, because unlike some people I didn't cheat, but I had to narrow it down, it's Dory who I think kind of takes it, and you walk away really kind of falling in love with. Yeah. So Dory definitely had to make my list here, and it's in the top half of my list. Number 5 is Dory. So yeah, number 5 is Dory, and number 5 is Dory. Get it? I kept forgetting. What's your number 4?
What was your number 5?
Dory.
Okay.
So Ellen DeGeneres, who I think stole the show. Shout out to Albert.
My number 4 is very recent. It's Oscar Isaac as Miguel / Spider-Man 2099 from across.
Oh shit!
I think he stole the movie. I think he's spoilers.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Cross. Damn it.
Yeah.
Number one movie of the year. I think I would know.
Yeah. So spoilers. If anyone's watching and hasn't seen it, he's not in the movie the whole time.
Seconds.
He's not in the movie the whole time. He shows up in the second half, but I think he absolutely kills it. Like, he's so calm at first, and then like he just builds and builds. And I think of all the new characters that were introduced, I think he was definitely the standout for me. So maybe it's recency bias that he's this high over some of these more what could be considered iconic characters. But I think given time, like, people are going to recognize, like, yeah, no, Oscar Isaac, like he nailed that performance. So I'm going Oscar Isaac. I think there were a number of new characters that I could have chosen to even make the honorable mentions. I think Oscar Isaac just outshines them all, and just absolutely killed this performance. So yeah, Across the Spider-Verse, which, on a side tangent, it's been 13 years since an animated movie has been nominated for Best Picture. This year, that better change.
It won't. I'm with you. I hope it does. I just don't have faith. I don't have faith.
Well, now that there is a solid 10, like it's a guaranteed 10.
Maybe. I'm just saying that I'm going with just that knowledge of, like, it's a sequel superhero animated movie. I hope so.
I mean, Top Gun Maverick.
True, but it wasn't animated.
It gives me a little bit of hope.
Yeah, no, I have some hope as well. We'll see. Like, right now, I feel like it would almost be impossible not to nominate it, but we'll also see what the rest of the year has.
Yeah, but we still have 6 months to go. So
yeah, who knows what ekes out? MJF for Best Supporting Actor, probably. But I love Oscar Isaac. I remember even like kind of because I wasn't really sure after the last movie if he was how big of a part he'd be in this, and now he is kind of as you said, a semi-focal point, and yeah, he's fantastic in that. So I like that pick.
Shout out to Jason Schwartzman too. I never thought
he was a teacher in Yo Teach.
I did know that. I never thought I would describe a Jason Schwartzman character as menacing and dark, but yeah, here we are.
And it's funny too, because just to kind of piggyback on that too, he gets to show both sides, because it's the first time you see him, it's not menacing. It's almost goofy. It's almost like I assumed that character's, he's going to defeat that character and we're never going to see that character again. Like, it's going to be a fun introduction.
He's the villain of the week.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, not even villain of the week. He's the villain of the opening credits. He's the villain of, we're going to take him down, show some Spider-Man powers, have some laughs, and move on. And the fact that there was more to it and to that character, and it kept building. And kudos to him, kudos to the writers, and everything. Yeah. Going off yours, again, no knock to who else is in this, but I had to go with the one who I think really has a great performance. They both do, but I went with Tom Hanks I went with Woody at my number 4. You mentioned a couple spots ago for him and Tim Allen. Yeah, I love Tim Allen as well. But I love the levels we get to see in Woody here. You know what I mean? He's a toy that is trying to convince this other toy that they're just toys. And he also has a bit of an evil arc as well here. You know what I mean? He's ready to kind of ditch Buzz because he wants to be that number 1 toy. He wants that bed spot, baby. And I just think the adventures they go on is absolutely wonderful here. That's why I always have a hard time ranking the Toy Stories because I think 3 is fantastic, but I still have such a good heart and love for that first one where we first meet these 2 characters. So yeah, we got a good old Woody, Sheriff Woody, at my number 4. What do you got for number 3?
Number 3, going recent again. This time I did choose a movie and not just the series. I'm going with Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of Volume 3. I think yeah, he does so much in this movie. Like he gets the emotion across. Like I'm so glad in this movie that they made that all those flashback scenes. Like that wasn't just one long continuous part of the movie, because man, is that just so depressing. And yeah, he's also a one that if you didn't tell me it was Bradley Cooper, I wouldn't know that it was Bradley Cooper. I think he does.
Yeah, for sure, from the get go. Yeah,
I think he does a good job of transforming his voice and doing enough that you don't know it's him, and I think that's the sign of a good voice performance. So yeah, I thought he was incredible. Like this was his movie, even though we only see him in flashback scenes. Again, spoilers. After he wakes up and he's no longer dead. Like he just they ramp it up and the action starts and Rocket's there. I love this movie. For a minute there, this was my favorite movie of the year until another couple movies came out, but it's still in the top 5. So highly recommend this one. This is probably Marvel's best since it's probably since No Way Home for me personally. So
no, that's another really good pick, man. Not one I had, but I love it here. I think the arc of Rocket is a beautiful arc here, and yeah, like you said, definitely not a voice that you would recognize, from the first movie even on, and yeah, that's a great pick. My number 3 here, we're going at least for me, the last time outside of animation, we're going no animation in this one actually, because it's the AI. I went with Scarlett Johansson as the AI Samantha in Her.
I thought you would.
Phoenix, hell yeah! I love this movie and I love this performance here. I think they both played right. In fact, of course, there's a story of, I want to say Samantha Morton, maybe. It was a different actress who voiced Samantha originally, and then just so you know, with the director, Spike Jonze. Yeah, Spike Jonze, who of course has done a couple of really interesting flicks that I've enjoyed. Adaptation being John Malkovich, both written by Charlie Kaufman. This one's not, but has a bit of a unique flair to it as well, of this guy who's isolated from the world and becomes even more isolated because he falls in love with the AI. And I think it's a great take on that. It's a great take on loneliness. It's a great take and just a fantastic performance by Phoenix here, who one of my favorite actors going. And and like I said, and all you ever do is hear her voice. Is obviously she's not an actual human being. And I love this movie on several levels, including that voice performance. So ScarJo coming in at my number 3 as we go on to your number 2.
Yeah, so I still need to watch Her. It's a big blind spot of mine. Number 2, you mentioned him earlier. I think this might be the one crossover we have, because it's just one of the most iconic voice performances ever. It's Robin Williams as the genie. And you basically said it all. Like when you think of Aladdin, when you think of genie, you think Robin Williams, because he's just so fun. Like And yeah, you watch the behind the scenes, and he's just so animated, and he's making those people work. Like I hope they earn their paycheck. Animating that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I'll just echo what you said. It's so much fun. Like he's not doing anything out of the ordinary for Robin Williams. He's just being Robin Williams. But I think that's what makes it so great. Is like he just gets in the booth and he says, "All right, are we ready? All right, let me just be me." And
yeah, it's kind of funny because I feel like, and I could be wrong here, but I think Siskel and Ebert almost knocked it a little bit for that. They're like, well, Robin Williams is being Robin Williams. It's like, but damn, dude, sometimes that's all I want. You know what I mean? Like, give me Robin Williams, full on Robin Williams, because I love it. So yeah.
I mean, yeah. You go Robin Williams, and then just a notch below, Gilbert Gottfried as Iago.
Affleck. We're almost there, my friend. My number 2. Let's just get into it. I'm going with Amy Poehler as Joy from Inside Out. This is another one that I love the gamut that Amy runs here. This weirdly might, I think, be my favorite performance of Amy Poehler's, and I love her to death. Parks and Rec all day, every day. But yeah, I mean, first of all, fun, unique concept here. I mean, Bill Hader, Phyllis Smith from The Office, everyone. But yeah, I love the journey that Joy goes on, who's trying to do the right thing, and things get down at the end, and trying to save this kid. And yeah, I love the arc that she goes through. She sells it all the way along. It's definitely another voice performance that, while you can definitely hear Amy Poehler, you're never really distracted or anything by it as well. It's sold correctly all the way through. And I think it's a lovely movie too in general. So joy, we all need a little more joy in our lives in every single way. That's my number 2, as we are now here at the pinnacle, my friend. And I'm not talking MJF, Wardlow, and FTR. I'm talking this. What is your number 1 voice performance?
Again, you might not invite me back because I cheated again. But I just couldn't pick one. I just couldn't.
So who from the Lion King did you pick?
So hold on. Don't. It's not about. It's one person, but it's 2 performances. It is James Earl Jones, but it's as Mufasa and Darth Vader.
You ultra cheated, you son of a bitch.
Couldn't decide.
Oh.
Putting James. You said come up with an idea. I came up with an idea, and I said I'm making my list. I don't care what JPO says. I'm not even gonna run it by him. I'm just gonna do it. But yeah, I know. I mean, his performance in Lion King was just so iconic that he was the one that they brought back for the live action remake. I say live action. It was nominated for Best Animated Feature at the Golden Globes. So, yeah, it's just he just his voice. He demands like a presence. Like he's just speaks with such authority, but also those scenes with Simba, like he's so soft spoken, even though his voice is so deep. Like it's calm and it commands your attention every time he's on screen. And then basically those are my thoughts also for Darth Vader. You could say either one of them is your favorite James Earl Jones voice performance, and I would say, okay, yeah, I get it.
I'll be the harsh guy that says Mufasa makes way more sense than Darth Vader. Darth Vader's iconic, but he's not really needing to put on that creative a performance. Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's okay to be wrong every once in a while. So I guess you decided for me, and my number 1 will be, I guess it's going to be Mufasa.
I'll let you cheat on. Hold on. I was all fine with you cheating on Hank St. Allen and whatever. But now you're going with one actor. No. You either put James Earl Jones on your list twice or not. No.
So 1A and 1B.
No.
This is tied for number 1.
That's number 1. Well, guess what? I don't have to change the trailer, but I do have to change the name graphic because while I love me some James Earl Jones, I love me the villain, baby. I got Scar coming in at my number 1. Yeah, man. Like I said, I had fun with Mufasa, but the evilness of Scar, the monologue when he's with young Simba, warping that mind, to his song, to everything. Just you're so ready for his comeuppance at the end. Oh man, the villain is what stole the show for me here. Jeremy Irons. I think because James Earl Jones is so iconic that's why they brought him back as Mufasa. But I think Jones stole the show, in my opinion, every time he was on screen. He did that in Dungeons and Dragons. The guy knows how to steal the scene. And that was a joke on Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you. Hell no. Jacob, I like our list. You want to go through your list one more time?
I mean, I don't know. You had so many problems with it.
I didn't have a problem with that one part.
My number 10 was Steve Carell as Gru from Despicable Me. Number 9, Tony Jay as Judge Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Number 8, Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. Number 7, Jodie Benson as Ariel from The Little Mermaid. Number 6, Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as Batman and the Joker from Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Number 5, Tom Hanks and Tim Allen as Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. Number 4 is Oscar Isaac as Miguel or Spider-Man 2099 from Across the Spider-Verse. Number 3 was Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon from Guardians Volume 3. Robin Williams as the Genie comes in at number 2 from Aladdin. And at number 1 was a tie, James Earl Jones as Mufasa and Darth Vader.
I like it a lot. My list real quick here, and we'll go over to Letterboxd. Hey guys, don't forget to follow me at Ben Affleck. There you see my honorable mentions was my top 10. David Spade, Cusco, Emperor's New Groove, number 9. Seth MacFarlane as Ted and Ted. Number 8, Jodie Benson. Paige O'Hara as Belle in Beauty and the Beast. 7, Brad Dourif as Chucky, aka Charles Lee Ray in Child's Play. Number 6, Robin Williams as Genie in Aladdin. Number 5, Ellen DeGeneres as Dory in Finding Nemo. Number 4, Tom Hanks as Woody in Toy Story. Number 3, Scarlett Johansson as Samantha in Her. Number 2, Amy Poehler as Joy in Inside Out. And number 1 was Scar, voiced by Jeremy Irons in Lion King.
Hold on. It says you've only watched 14 of 15, so either you're lying. Also,
I don't rate everything. Let's see. What did I not rate?
You can just hover it over it. If the eye is green, you've rated it.
Oh. I never rated
Where the Wild.
Number 15. Yeah. Okay.
Also, you never actually shared your honorable mentions. So, what are your honorable mentions?
Oh shit! My honorable mentions were James Gandolfini from Where the Wild Things Are, Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots, George Clooney as the Mr. Fox, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Will Arnett as Lego Batman in the Lego Batman movie, and I actually went with Eddie Murphy as Donkey in Shrek was my number 11. So thank you. Not the first time I think I've done that. Those were my honorable mentions. That was my 10 through 1. Jacob Barbarino plugs parting words and your favorite voice before. Oh, we did that.
My favorite voice. It's a tie. It's the same guy, but he does two very iconic voices that I really love. But if I had to choose one, according to people, I would go Mufasa. Whatever. Plugs, depending on when this is uploaded, either tomorrow or later today, Austin and I will be doing a podcast about movies over on the Movie Hero Network, where we will be doing another blind ranking. We've each created a wheel for each other, so we'll spin it, rank them, and see how upset we get with our rankings. That's I think it for the immediate future.
Hell yeah. Follow Jacob on all his future endeavors. Sometimes meet him do stuff like Over the Lonely Marks. Sometimes he pops up on this channel. Yeah. So like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell an enemy. Go watch an animated movie. What are some of your favorite voice performances? If we left anything off, let us know. And yeah, and hey, we love you more than you'll ever know.